If you're someone who is about to pitch to investors, avoid these 3 mistakes at all costs. 1. Pitching the product instead of the opportunity. Investors don't care about features. They care about market size, growth potential, and returns. Spend 80% of your time on the business opportunity, not the product.
Hi everyone, so let's begin our 3D reel. First of all, I'll bring in a default text layer. Okay, hit Windows plus dot key and then select this square. Okay, make this bigger. Now to get this black at the edges, we can simply head on to effects, search for vignette and bring it over here. Okay, and with this you can increase or decrease the texture, so I'll keep it at this much. Now for the next part, the text, if you are someone. Okay, so let me write this by bringing in a default text. Now I'll select this text, head on to animation. I'll select bounce left on this. Okay, if you are, and for this I'll select a simple fade in, and then as you can see it goes up and fades out. So select these two, hit Alt plus G. Okay, and somewhere around here I'll hit on the transform keyframe, go ahead and then drag this up, hit Alt plus K, select ease. Okay, and now I want this to be faster at the start and slower towards the end. So make a graph like this. Okay, bring these closer, and also we have to do a fade out animation. So I'll simply bring this over here. Okay, and then head on to animation out and select fade out. Okay, make sure to increase the duration so it will look something like this, and then the next frame will come, which is this. Okay, now to make this, first I'll bring in a default text, Windows plus dot key, select this, okay, square again, make it bigger. Now it's a square, so what I'll do is deselect uniform scale and decrease the width. Okay, to make it a rectangle, and then uniform scale, I'll select this again, change the color to this something light like this, make this bigger. Now what you have to do is basically bring this in, okay, your rulers from the sides and place it at the center of the frame. Okay, if the rulers are not showing, just head on here and select this guides and rulers. Okay, and now what we have to do is basically bring this over here. Okay, like this, small. Okay, and bring this over here and hit Alt plus G to make it a compound clip. Now drag this out again and bring this at the center. As you can see in this thing is opening from this side. Okay, it's opening from this corner, this document. Why did we do this now with the rulers? Because the earlier the anchor point was in the center, so you can't open from this area. As in Capcut there is no setting of anchor points, what I did was just made it a compound clip by placing it over here at this corner. So this way the anchor point becomes this now. Now if you just scale it up and down, you can see it is opening from the corner. But if I would have not done that, okay, so let me show you. Let me just copy this, okay, and then paste this over here. Okay, this is without. Okay, let me deselect this and show you. This is without the compound clipping. If I decrease the scale, you can see it is starting from the middle. It is scaling up and down from the middle. But this one is scaling up and down from here. So this way you can change the anchor points. Okay, and now for the next part, the lines. So just bring in your default text and hit underscore key to make this line. Okay, and I'll just put it over here, make this black, put it like this. Okay, then I'll select type 1. Okay, and I'll just decrease this duration, and then basically copy this, bring it down over here. Okay, make sure it is aligned, copy this again, bring it down. Then now I'll copy this 3 at once and drag this down over here, and finally copy these two and drag it down. So this way I have made multiple lines. Now I want them to come in one by one. So what I'll do is offset them a little bit. So I'll do it like this. So you get this animation. Now I'll bring in my person PNG and put it over here. And now let's do the animation for this. So transform keyframe, go ahead, transform keyframe again, go to the start and bring this down. Hit Alt plus K and then hit ease. Okay, I want it faster at the start and slower towards the end. Okay, so somewhat like this. Hit Alt plus K to close this. Now I'll select this, hit Alt plus G, select these all. Okay, hit Alt plus G to make it a compound clip, and then select this, head on to video, make this scale to 1% and just go ahead somewhere around here, make this scale back, okay, till here like this. Hit Alt plus K and select cubic out, bring this a bit forward, and now select this, hit Alt plus G to make this a compound clip. Head on to mask, add mask. Okay, put this over here and reverse this. So when this person is below this document, it will not show, but when he is above it, inside this document, it will show. Okay, so you get this. Now select all of them and hit Alt plus G to make it a compound clip. Okay, so this will be the first animation, and from here the second animation will come in. So I'll put this here, head on to video, transform keyframe, go ahead and video transform keyframe. Now go to the start and bring this down. Okay, so it will come up like this, and at Alt plus K, select this, ease, and now do the same thing. Okay, so okay, hit Alt plus K to close this. So this will be a starting animation. Copy this up. Okay, delete this keyframe, and then I will cut this from the start. Okay, so when this second keyframe is there, to align with this. Okay, so this will look as if there is only one layer, but actually we are using two layers. Now I'll select this and then click on the transform keyframe, go ahead. Okay, for a few frames drag this up. Okay, and from here what I'll do is hit B to cut it. Okay, and at the second keyframe I'll drag this up. Okay, hit Alt plus K, select ease. Okay, so it will look something like this. Hit Alt plus K to close this up, and at the end again somewhere around here I'll cut this and fade this out. And now for the next part of the animation, this 3, so default text again, Windows plus dot key. This time we'll be selecting a circle. Make this bigger. Choose this color. Okay. Copy this and choose a pink shade. Make Alt plus G. Head on to video, mask, add mask, split, and feather this out. Okay. To get this mixed color. Okay. Then I'll bring in another default text. Write here 1. Okay. Select any font you want. And then I'll make this all a compound clip. Now simply just copy these 2 times. Head inside them. Change this to 2. Go back out. Head inside this. Change this to 3. And then head back out. So we have got 3. Now simply we have to place them. So after this goes out, I'll bring this over here. Okay. 1 will be here. 2, 3. 3 will be here. And 2 will be here. Okay. Select all of them and let me make that small. Now simply select one by one and animate them. First I'll put the keyframes on all of them. Select all and bring them down at the start. It will come up like this. Now one by one, hit Alt plus K. Select them. Select cubic out. And let's offset them a bit. So 2 and 3 like this and fade in. Video animation in. Let's select fade in animation on all. And after this, as you can see over here, this will also come. And then there are the dotted lines. Bring this money bag over here. Okay. Put this over here at the center. Now head on to transform keyframe on this. Go ahead. Again, click on transform keyframe. Go to the start. Let's bring this down. Hit Alt plus K. Let's select cubic out. And now for the dotted lines, just simply bring on our default text again. Select the underscore key. Make it this color. Rotate it 90 minus 90 and put it like this. Head on to curve and let's go here and somewhat increase the curve like this. Okay. But in the video, this curve is it is curvy at the start and at the end it is straight. Okay. So what we can do is first I'll copy these. Okay. And then make this curve minus 97. Copy this and let's, do the negative curve. Put this over here. Select the first one. Adjust the curviness. And the last one, let's deselect the curve and bring it here straight. Increase the number. Okay. Now it is not looking clean, but what we can do is select them all. Hit Alt plus G. Video, mask, add mask, split. Okay. And we can bring this till here and add some feathering like this. And to animate this, click on the keyframe. Go ahead. Click on the keyframe again. Go to the start and let's drag this up. Hit Alt plus K. Cubic out. Okay, so we get this animation. Let's increase the distance. Now for the next scene, what we have to do is after this is over, somewhere around here, I basically have to cut all this by hitting B. Then I'll copy this one again over here. Okay. Head on to video, deselect this. Okay, deselect the animation also, and now simply do a scale up animation. Click on the transform keyframe, go ahead, again click on transform keyframe, go to the start, make this 0, hit Alt plus K, cubic out, okay, to get this animation, and then it will rotate towards the left. Transform keyframe again, go ahead, shift this over here, and let's rotate this 360. Okay, hit Alt plus K, and then select cubic out again, so you get this animation. And then what I'll do is simply head on inside this compound clip, okay, and select our rectangle which we made, paste it over here, rotate this, bring it below this like this, deselect the scale, increase the width, sorry, the height, okay, whatever, then decrease the width. Yeah, okay, when it starts going that side, so somewhere from here, click on the scale height, go ahead, click on the height again, go to the start, and let's make this 0, hit Alt plus K, and then cubic out. Okay, so you get this animation, and then you can write your text, okay, whatever you want over here. And now the next part is this. So simply after writing the text, just cut it. Okay, then I'll bring in my next PNG of this. Okay, all the assets are in the description, so make sure you download them. This will be a simple slide up, so I'll just select this, select my diamond PNG. First it should be behind over here, and from somewhere around here, just going to hit on transform keyframe, go ahead and drag this over here, hit Alt plus K, cubic out, okay, to get this. Then basically copy this, and at the second keyframe I want this over here, copy this again and then over here, okay, to get them all lined up properly. And for this next part, okay, text, okay, and then bring in market size, growth potential, and results returns. So first I'll write, change this text and make this white, copy the text. Now I'll fill this with spaces, okay, hit space on your keyboard, hit on background again, and then make this color. What we can also do is copy this again, this time change the color to pink, hit Alt plus G on this video mask, add mask split, and can just give this for a different shade. Now to get this bulge part, and then first make this, okay, this bigger, hit Alt plus G to make it a compound clip, and then bring fisheye on this, reduce it, okay, to get that bulge. Now just head on to video mask, add mask split, and do this animation. Mask, click on the mask keyframe, go ahead, again click on the mask keyframe, and this time bring this over here, Alt plus K, select cubic out animation, and then select fade in, okay, cut everything, okay, all this, then select all of them, hit Alt plus G to make them a compound clip, okay, everything. Now transform keyframe, go ahead and make this smaller, hit Alt plus K and then cubic out. Okay, and again do the same thing, this market size which you did. So I'll just copy this over here, bring this on top, bring this over here, make this a bit bigger. Okay, and head inside and change the text to growth, go outside. Okay, so you get this animation. I'll just cut this part, we don't need this. Okay, it's already included in this compound clip. Okay, so you get this. Now again do the same thing, zoom it out again and get the last part. Let's see till now what we have created. Okay, so the last three parts, okay, like this and this is for you to do. All the animations which you have covered in the first 4 to 5 parts will be used in the last 3 parts. So make sure you complete the animation. With this you will learn how to do it yourself. So hope you like this video. See you in the next.